What's up, guys? Matt Spells. Today we've got another episode of Picking Battles. So, I've got two, and then we're going to use this as a vent session. So, two requests. Or a request and a suggestion. One was you. Yes, you and you. Griff Garago and Duo Uranus. Might as well do it. Other one was you two. Burn Yasher and Storm Pegasus. So, there we go. We got two battles to start. So, we're going to use this as a vent session here because every month my trends on Twitter are Japanese. People complain about Twitter and how toxic it is or whatever, but it's very easy to stop this by muting words or changing your trends to another language because you're not going to get Biden this, Trump that, politics this, politics that, and all that crap when your trends are in Japanese, unless it's something really extreme. Anyway, so they're all personalized, like Joe Burrow or something football related, maybe something NASCAR related, whatever. But every fucking month, BDSP is the trending side with like 2,000 tweets, and it's the same fucking people every single time. I'm not kidding. The same people. All they do is bitch, 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 bitch about BDSP. Nothing else. I swear. It's fun looking through it, though. That's why I click on the trend every single time, because it's fun seeing these people. But, oh my gosh. Like, good lord. Don't get me wrong, like, there's a lot of valid complaints, but, oh my goodness. I can't imagine every month just being angry on Twitter about how much I hate BDSP or whatever. Like, good lord. It's really funny. There's valid criticisms. So it was pawned off to like a third studio. While I think the Poke, like Game Freak, did Legends. So you can make a good argument that there's not a lot of soul in the game. You can criticize them not having much of Platinum stuff and just being very faithful remakes to Diamond and Pearl, which are not very good games. Probably the worst Pokemon games is Gen 1, really. Which are just dated. So totally valid. Harkle and Soul Silver Oris did a lot more, to be different. So, like, I totally get it. But at the same time, they're still just better versions of Diamond and Pearl. I mean, they technically did what they were supposed to do. Anyway, I'll be those people when if they ruin Black and White. Which I'm really curious to see what even do that, because Black and White have sequels in Black and White 2. So, like, how do you, unless you make a third game, which would be epic, how do you really do that? Because, are you just going to leave one in the dust? And probably Black and White too? Someone's like, oh, you're going to be complaining about BDSP when Black and White get the same, or no, it's like, imagine if Black and White didn't put anything from Black and White 2, you'll be complaining just as much. And I thought to myself, well, Black and White 2 are sequels. They're not enhanced versions. The only change I know to the games, besides the region, was the repel. Being able to just reuse the repel. Like, would you like to reuse the repel? Yes, instead of going back into your bag. So maybe they just go back to your repel ended and you have to go back into your bag. But I mean, what other change did Black and White 2 make? There's sequels. Okay. What base could we use? On one hand, I'm like, what? Like, do these people have anything other than just complaining constantly? But at the same time, I really like complaining. It's really fun, so I don't really blame them too much. Oh, what base should we use? I feel like I could use any bay or any combination because I've used it recently, or haven't used anything recently. The question is, do I want to just grab a bunch of favorite bays like Serpent, or whatever? I really want to use Serpent, actually. We're going to use Serpent. I really want to use Serpent. Grab the OG Serpent. Ooh. Here he is, Serpent. Legend. I love Serpent. That's such a cool bay. I remember opening Serpent up and using it like early on, when We didn't know any better about anything. Serp is just such a cool looking bay. Oh, I love Serpent. Serpent's awesome. This is one of the best bays ever. What a cool bay. Oh, who should Serpent face? Oh man, is there another bay that I just think is awesome? I also don't want to do a matchup where someone's just getting bodied. I hesitate with that because I'm like, ooh, should I just do this matchup between two bays where one of them's probably gonna get smashed? What's just another bay I like? What's another bay that looks really cool? I could do Poison Pegasus. That's a cool bay. That's a pretty cool bay, and they're both poison bays. I've probably done that one before a long time ago, but you know what? Let's do that. Let's just do poison bay. Let's just do a poison battle. I love Poison Pegasus too. This is a great red color. Kind of hard to see in the light. I might edit the white balance a little bit, make it slightly bluer than what it'll appear. Or when I bluer, I mean more white. By making it bluer, it'll look a little bit more white. Or slightly white and purple or something, whatever color. Well, there's purple over here. Then maybe make things look interesting. Okay, so we got a third battle. We need 7. Actually, 7 is just the number I choose. I don't have to do 7. I can do less. What else? They would be fun. I really want to use these lights. The problem is, they really blast light in the dark. Like, I'll show you guys maybe after we pick. But yeah, I haven't had any of the glitches that people talk about with Diamond and Pearl BDSP. I haven't had any of those happen. I had a glitch in Scarlet and Violet though when I was doing the intro to the game. When I was in the school for the first time, the floor started glitching out a bit, and then it was okay, and then I left, and the floor started glitching out again, and then ejected me into the floor, into my eternal doom, and then it spawned me in the ocean randomly, way outside of Messagoza, like, probably the closest ocean point, and then further out a little bit to Messagoza. And then it's like, you escaped, and then it put me back in the water. You escaped, put me back in the water. You escaped, put me back in the water. You escaped. I was like, oh crap. And then I had to reset. I have not done anything since. I've just finished grinding for the DLC, because the DLC is, oh my gosh. Now, I'm in the faction of, I don't like that they put the DLC out, like, instantly. We're having DLC, because then it's, like, totally, you didn't plan to put any of this in the game. You just planned, like, to have, like, DLC, or whatever. My neighbor opened the garage door, and I'm looking through the window, because that's, like, right in front of me, like, with how my room's set up. Anyway, but the DLC's fun, It's like a weird thing, because I'm like, I don't think, like, I think you should do DLC to expand the life, not just, even though these are, like, totally side stories, like, Sun and Moon had different, X and Y had, like, unrelated stories, right? So I do believe that, they should, that's how it should be, not DLC. Though at the same time, they have stopped making the extra versions, right? So it's weird, because on one hand, it's like, this is bad because it's DLC, and you don't have to do it, because, they didn't do it before. But on the other hand, it's like, well, they were making other versions, like Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, which are a bit different, but, like, a full version of a game that are full priced. Well, this is, like, half the price. So maybe it's, not as bad. I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. Is it scummy for adding DLC on things that should be in the game, or is it, this is what the extra version would be, They're different, because these stories are a little more unique and everything, and kind of unrelated. So, I don't know. I still buy it because I like it. And I also do like that it keeps a Pokemon game out for a year, because, like, Scarlet Violet came out last year in November. No games this year. Now, they did have Legends Arceus come out, though, in January. This is a big thing. Oh, I should make a video on this. So, people talk about Pokemon, oh, he's leaving. People talk about how Pokemon taking years off, quality and stuff like that. They technically had a year off in 2022. 2021 technically was a year off. Because 2022, there's Arceus came out in January, and then Scarlet and Violet came out like November, right? But really, Legends Arceus was just the game that they made that year that would come out in the fall, normally. Pushed back a couple months because they also had another company making BDSP at the same time, right? So they technically didn't really skip a year, right? They had another one. As of right now, unless they put out something like crazy, well, no, they're not about something crazy. It's December. It's the end of the year. There's been nothing about a Pokemon game, which means at least Next year, we're getting actually a full year off, where it's just been a little bit of DLC and then a full year. Actually, wait a second. Man, I might be wrong. Did Sword Show on 2019? Ah, shoot. I gotta check that. That might have been the case. Let me look this up real quick. Ah, damn it. Pokemon release dates. Release dates. Whoops. Wikipedia. Thank you. That'll be perfect for this. Okay, so never mind. Totally wrong. I was wrong. So, BSP count 21, ours is 2022 early, but it's technically like the fall 21 release. But, yeah, they didn't do it. It was Sword and Shield 2019, the DLC next year. So this is the same pattern. This is essentially the year off that they used to take. People complain about them putting out games every year or whatever, but they've always taken a couple years off. They didn't make anything in 2001, or 2003, but there's two in 2004. Nothing in 05, nothing in 07, 8, 9, 10, nothing in 11, nothing in 15. So they've started going like a game every 3 years, then a year off. 16, 17, 18, 19, an extra, right? So hopefully this is back to what it was, because when people come out, it hasn't changed a lot. There's been a little bit less frequent days off, but nobody really complained about this until Sword and Shield. Nobody's complaining about Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, or like terrible games or whatever, right? So this is essentially the year off. They did the DLC. Probably didn't take as much to make the DLC, even though these are very new areas, just like the other ones were. Like, it takes a little bit, but it's not the full region. So, probably wasn't as much development, and if it was indeed in development when the game was being produced as DLC, there was a gap here of working on things. So, hopefully that means we get a good game next year, and if that's Unova, that'd be great. I hope whatever Unova is made by Game Freak and not pawned off to something on the side, because I would use Virgo. I like Virgo. Because I really love Unova. Unova's my favorite, by far. I love Unova. Who do we want Virgo to face? Should Virgo face somebody with like some KO potential, or someone with like some stamina? Or maybe just some recoil? I don't know. Who should Virgo face? What do you guys think? You guys can't answer me because you're watching a video. Haha, suckers. What should we have Virgo face? GB145 or DS aren't really on anything else. They're on Pisces, which I actually do think I did last year. Probably don't want to do that again. I feel like I could, if I'm going to reuse a battle, I could reuse one that I've done a little bit less, a little further back, than one pretty recently. I try to keep that in mind, but my thing is like, if it's been a year, I can do a battle. It's probably been a year for most battles, but Virgo Pisces is like, it's probably one of the last times I used Virgo was against PHW Pisces, which I believe has a BS tip. And GB145 is also only on Thunder Leon. Okay, it's probably on other bays, but not anything I have. What matters is what I have. So, what about Leon? How about, have I been Virgo Leon? I don't know. Maybe a long time ago. Let's grab Leon. So we got Virgo and Leon. Okay. Let's see. What else? Ooh, how about Cygnus? It's been a little bit since I used Cygnus, I think. Cygnus is cool because it's a really shitty 4D base, so it actually can just match up with a lot of things, like Orso. I could do it against the other Orso. Actually, yeah, let's do that. How about Cygnus versus the other Orso? Because I did Cygnus versus regular Orso, so let's try versus this Orso. I don't think I did that. I'm not going to check. And speaking of Orso, I want to use regular Orso now that I mentioned it, because this is another one of my favorite bays. I kind of use Ares too. But I don't do Orso versus Ares. So Orso has got to face somebody. Who will that be, though? I can always use Geminis now too. And Inferno Bixus. Dang, look at the way purple's hitting that Inferno Bixus. Looks sexy. Oh, you guys can't even tell. You guys can't tell. I'll have to zoom in and stuff for you guys, but... Okay, so Orso. Who could Orso face? What would be a fun Orso matchup? What bays are over there? I've got a lot of bays, but there's sometimes I wish I had more, because I have a bunch of doubles. But at the same time, I also don't wish I had more, because, like, At this point, most of the bays at the beginning would just be random booster bays, which are cool and give some more options, but in the end, I don't think random booster bays are quite as popular. It's kind of like, it's balance. It's like, I want to do things that are interesting to me, also do things that aren't going to be seen by 11 people, and then nobody else watches them because nobody cares to watch Inferno Bixus versus what random bay that nobody cares? Spiral Herculeo, or something like that. See Capricorn. That's Grand Capricorn. I definitely done Grand Capricorn and Gemini before. But have I done Actually, I think I've done Orso and Capricorn. I don't want to be bugged by this, but I still kind of like doing new matchups. Oops. Keep that open just in case. Content. Rock Orso. I did the new Orso versus Grand Capricorn. I did do Orso versus Capricorn literally a year ago. Not even a year ago. Wait, yeah, no. Yeah, a year ago. A year plus ago. April 22. It's the end of 23. I had a feeling I'd done that one. I just want to do something a little bit different. Maybe some new battle. I just don't know what. Like, Orion and Cetus are like, no, definitely not. What's a bad I just really want to use? Do Rex. I'm not really feeling that though. What am I feeling? I'm doing Grand Cetus versus Grand Capricorn. I kind of want to use Green Cetus. I kind of want to use Grand Capricorn. Let's look at this. We're just going to look up Cetus on the channel because I've definitely not used Cetus as much as other bays. I did that one. I did that exact matchup. It was for the Metal Masters tournament a couple years ago in 21. Dang. Oh, who could Orso fight? Who does Orso want to fight? It's really who I want to use. That's the problem I have with bays sometimes is I have a lot of bays, but how many of them do I want to use? I want to use Bull, I want to use Fireblade, I want to use Grand Capricorn, I want to use Storm Capricorn, I want to use Evil Gemios and Grand Cetus. I'm generally in the mood for Inferno Bixus. Orso faced Aquario? Ooh, maybe that's a good one. Rock Orso again. That is one I have not done. I have not done Orso versus Aquario. Let's do Orso versus Aquario. I like Aquario. Aquario is fun to use. I've hit all my colors. That fell. Last but not least, do I want to get another matchup? Probably. This will be almost when school starts, and then it'll be iffy on when I do anything. I'm not good at uploading videos a day ahead of time. Okay, there's some bays on the ground there. I'm going to do these. I'm just do these 6. There you go. There's the video. Oh, so what we're going to show. So first of all, let's switch this down. So check out how Inferno Bixus looks. That like this looks pretty wild in the bright light. Anyway, so now we turn the trash can around. We'll put this back on the ground. And then probably move this out a little bit. So this is how the stadium looks. I don't know. See, part of this might be with the clear, right? Because it's clear. But it's like super, super crazy looking, you know? Like this, even though I've got the white light over to the left on my bed, right? It's putting out a lot of purple light. But if I like move the purple light at an angle, you know, what's the point of this? It's just a pink tint. That being said, I'm really curious to see how this bay looks. Yo, that looks sick. Dude, that looks fucking bright. Duh, we're gonna have to use Inferno Bixus now under the purple light. Absolutely, we're using Bixus under the purple light. Who would look sexy under the purple light with it? This maybe? Oh, is this the hot matchup right here? Are we just gonna use Burn Gastro twice? That's pretty hot. Oh, I've got another idea. I've got another hot one. What? What if we grab this? This is another Bright Bay. Now, this is a bright color, but it's not the same. It's not the same. And some of it might be the purple light specifically, because yellow is opposite and orange is close that it's hitting them. Oh, this might be the one. This might be the one here. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's sexy. That's sexy as hell. Look how bright those are. Too bad nothing else is that bright. Now we're gonna look at Virgo though after this. Virgo Fireblaze. Let's grab. No, I don't want to use Fireblaze yet. Let's pass on Fireblaze. I want to use this stadium more before I put Metal Spike into it. This battle went exactly how we expected, but now. So what about like Virgo? Because Virgo's not a bright color, but Virgo's yellow. Okay, no, that's not bright enough. Virgo's way too like clear.
What about you?
You're not translucent. You're solid. Not the same. Is there like something in these bays that just makes them like sexy under the purple? Like just like look at that. These are hot. These are hot. Well, I'll see you guys in the next video to do some thinking.